What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you a new segment, me answering mailbag questions. So, I normally don't post my social medias or promote them on my YouTube channel anymore like how I used to, but I have gotten bigger over the last year. Not too big. I'm still a relatively small YouTuber, but people do send me questions from time to time on my social media, the ones that follow me prior to me getting a little bigger. I must promote them now. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all the same name at Stats Free Sports, same as the YouTube channel at Stats Free Sports. You can find me there, answer me questions, whatever you want to do. So, long as it's positive, nothing crazy. I'll answer your questions, and I've been getting a lot of questions lately, so I'm gonna answer them. This is my first one. So, NBA Mailbag question: should the Celtics target Kevin Love? Now, me personally, um, I remember a lot of Kevin Love rumors going to the Celtics, normally during the Danny Ainge era, which was just 2 years ago. Danny Ainge stepped down as team president. I wasn't a Danny Ainge fan at all. I made multiple videos and podcast episodes about Danny Ainge and how I want him gone. He had all those picks. Didn't do nothing with him really. But it turned out he was right. He kept Tatum, he kept Brown. But back to the point. um, excuse me. So, should the Celtics target Kevin Love now? I say no. But next year, free agency, and next summer, I think they'll definitely snatch him up. To be honest, Al Horford will be 36, and the funny thing is, him and Horford, which is perfect timing. Him and Horford are both free agents next year. Horford going on his 15th, 16th season. He's 36 years old. Love is only 30. Well, he's 3 years younger. He's only 33 years old. They're very similar games. Although Horford is better defensively by a mile stretch, offensively they give you the same type of feel. And that's something the Celtics have needed. And the funny thing is, I did a prediction video on Dwight Howard going to the Celtics this offseason. I still think they need one more big man. Excuse me. But in that video, I also mentioned I could see the Celtics adding Blake Griffin over a shot blocking rebounder. My personal take, I think Howard or Hassan Whiteside, someone like that, who's a shot blocking rebounder, big man. I think that's more of a need. They have Luke Cornett, who's behind those three guys. He's the third string behind Horford and Williams. But since they traded Theus to the Pacers, the land Brogdon, they have a hole there for a shot blocker, in my personal opinion. Theus wasn't that anyways, but they need someone, in my personal opinion, behind Williams. That's a shot blocker. Because we saw Williams' knee kind of messed up last year, especially in the finals. And you saw little Isaiah Thomas came out, former Celtic Isaiah Thomas came out and said, "Hey, um, I've been through this before. Don't push yourself trying to win the title or do something for the organization because they'll do you wrong." So we'll see what happens there with his knee and with injuries as far as Williams. But they still need, in my opinion, someone who can shot block and rebound at a pretty high level. And I think Howard will be a perfect fit. But I also mentioned a guy like Blake Griffin. Like I said, Horford is 36. They did trade away Theus. So Blake Griffin is in that same vein as Horford and Kevin Love. Playmaking three. A playmaking 3-and-D forward. He's not really a defender the same way Love isn't. But, they're in the same vein. He'd be a good backup rotational piece for this team here. And Love would be the same fit, in next year's free agency period, which I think he will potentially be a Celtic. Like I said, it's been a long rumor for years. Love has been wasted with the Cavaliers the last couple of years in their downtrodden years, but now they're up. So Love got some good PT last year in the playoff series. I expect the same this year as long as he stays healthy. We see him working out with LeBron this past offseason. He looks good. It is workouts though, but I fully expect the Celtics target him next year. Long as he wants to play and things of that nature, I think he'll be fine with the Celtics taking over that rotational Al Horford role to a certain degree. More of a Daniel Theus role, which they haven't filled yet this offseason. They might not. So, he'll be more of that mold more than Horford, but he'll be a good backup, to whoever they have. Like if Grant Williams if they want him to start, Grant Williams to start, or someone they might bring in who's younger. I think Love or Blake Griffin will be a great fit there, but not this year. Contract's too big. Who would you trade to get him? That's the major thing. And the Celtics are really stacked. They don't really need much. As I said, for me personally, shot blocking big. If not that, take someone that's going to find someone that's going to take the role of Daniel Theus, Blake Griffin. There's a couple more guys out there I can't really think of, but Blake Griffin's the main one to me personally that could take that Daniel Theus role. So, but yeah, it does seem good, a good fit for next year's offseason. But yeah, man, y'all guys send some more mailbag questions in. NFL, NBA. I also watch baseball. I don't really do videos on it like how I want to. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm a former Red Sox fan, and let me explain this. I'm not a fan of any team. In case y'all listening this far in the video, 6 minutes in, I'm not a fan of any team. I'm a former Red Sox fan. I'm a former Heat fan. I'm still a Falcons fan, I guess. But I say former because I'm a fan of the players, my favorite players of all time, more than the team itself. So when I was younger, I'm 26 years old. So when I was younger, I was a Michael Vick fan. Well, I am a Michael Vick fan, but he was a Falcons player. So I fell in love with the Falcons. I'm the Dwayne Wade fan. I fell in love with the Heat. I'm a big Poppy David Ortiz fan, so I fell in love with Boston Red Sox. So once those guys moved on and they retired, I'm kind of stuck. I kind of stayed with the Falcons more as I got older because, when Vic went to jail and all that stuff, a lot of people, I think I was in late elementary, early middle school. And a lot of people telling me, come to the Patriots, switch teams, your team is trash now. I stayed strong. We drafted Matt Ryan, I think a year later, and I've been there ever since. They drafted Julio right after that. So, I've been a fan ever since. So I claim the Falcons more because they went through so much turbulence with Michael Vick, more than the Heat and more with the Red Sox did. They've been pretty good, steady, and been pretty good my whole entire fandom since elementary to being a grown man. The Falcons had a little turbulence with the Vic situation. That's why I claim them more as adult, because I stayed with them through trial and tribulation. The Heat been pretty good. We had a couple down years after 06 when the Heat won the title. We brought Rashard Lewis in and Jermaine O'Neal and those boys and Mike Beasley, and nothing happened. But we got LeBron and Bosh later on, so I stayed firm and it worked out perfectly. Because as a kid you can get influenced to leave teams and stuff like that as you're younger, and I saw it all the time. When people switch and they denounce their team because players retired or players were traded or whatever. I stayed firm and stayed strong, so I stayed a fan of those teams until my favorite players has retired. Now Matt Ryan, the guy who replaced Vic, is going from the Falcons, so I'm going to stay strong with them, I guess. I'm going to stick with them. But but that's it for the video, guys. Not to belabor the point. Kevin Love to the Celtics, not right now. I'll say this upcoming offseason for next year, summer 2023, I think the Celtics should target him then. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.